They say the key to learning to speak a language is to practice its conversation, preferably with a language partner or a native speaker. But finding someone that is at your level of proficiency is definitely not easy. Or maybe if you're like me, someone who is afraid or have language anxiety when speaking to real people unless I am fluent. This week, I'll experiment to see whether AI chatbots are effective in helping me learn the Japanese language. We will also address some of the most frequently asked questions throughout this video. So I have learned Japanese on and off for about 2.5 years now. I would say I have a lot of vocabulary and decent listening skills due to watching anime, but like most, I struggle with forming sentences and speaking. My goal for this series is to master N5 level conversations, which is the Japanese language proficiency test. It includes topics like asking for directions, ordering food, talking about hobbies. Currently, I feel like my vocabulary, grammar, listening skills are all at around the N4 level already. It's just my conversation skills at around the borderline between N5 and N4. Besides that, I'm going to Japan in just a few months, so let's see whether these bots are able to help me with my Japanese language learning journey. To do this, we'll be using a website called character.ai. So this is the Character AI website. As you can see, there are a lot of characters or personalities, and all these are all AI chatbot. I randomly chat with a few characters to make sure that it can actually speak in Japanese. Fortunately, most of the characters are able to speak in Japanese. Only those scenario-based chatbots are not able to speak Japanese, such as this cyberpunk adventure text-based game and My Stepsister. I spent an hour talking to various chatbots, engaging in simple conversations like greetings, self-introduction, and talking about favorite foods and hobbies. I also noticed that these chatbots does not correct my grammar mistakes. Here I purposely left out a s in my desu when introducing myself, but it just ignores and continues the conversation. But that is the beauty of AI. It will try to interpret what you are saying even with bad sentence structure and grammar. Since the bot does not check and correct my mistakes, I have to verify it on my own using ChatGPT with this prompt. I feel like this is a very effective tool to learn, since not only it corrects my mistakes, it will tell me whether my language is more formal or casual, and also tell me how to improve it next time. At the making of this video, Character AI does not have any voice features for Japanese language. I would recommend you to first say out loud the sentence that you want to type in to the chat box. After that, you type the same words in the character chatbot and see whether the AI understands. 最初で自分の日本語を勉強します。後で私はLanguage Center を行きます。最初で The bot I enjoyed talking to the most for these past few days is called Mochi-chan, which I think is the raw version of Character AI, since I viewed the settings and description of the bot and it doesn't have anything written in it. All of the sentences from Mochi are short and simple. It often uses a casual tone with a hint of personality in it. It also asks me questions, so it feels more like a real to and fro conversation. When it comes to more complex conversations, another tip is to just chuck the whole sentence back into ChatGPT and tell it to break down its sentence structure. That way you can learn why the bot uses some sort of sentence structure, whether it is correct or what kind of grammar it uses. I noticed that you can actually create your own personality in Character AI. So I created a personality called Sumika. She is going to be my language partner to help me master basic Japanese conversations. I thought it would be easier if the characters are able to correct my Japanese within the conversation, so that I do not need to keep copy and pasting. And I just wanted to test generally to see whether it can speak both languages at the same time. Unfortunately, my experiment failed and it did not manage to do any of these functions. So it looks like I failed to program the character to speak in both languages. So as you can see, it only speaks one language at a time, and it doesn't really know how to correct my mistake, even though I purposely like miss out the desu. I miss out a su here, and then it didn't really correct me, which is fine. At least it understands what I'm saying, which is great. A comment suggested me to use an app called MyShell. It is an app similar to Character AI, but it uses ChatGPT as its base. So I tried the app during my bus rides. It was really good in terms of its voice and speaker functionality. I was able to speak into it in Japanese, and the voice recognition is actually pretty accurate. But the feature that shocked me the most is that they are able to reply it in Japanese with the character's voice.
お前が誰かは知らねえけど、真の最強呪術師の五条悟に興味があるのか？
私の名前は夜です。ANYA の母親であり。
But still, the character's settings and personality needs to be improved. When chatting with the bot, it spits out a whole paragraph of words, which can be kinda intimidating to beginners like me. If you get stuck on not knowing what to talk about with the chatbot, which I often did personally, I just look at my list of N5 level topics and just randomly ask these questions to the chatbot. Sometimes you can also tell the chatbot to just roleplay some scenarios to simulate real-life conversations. So today is day 7, which means it is the final day, and that means it wraps up my first week diving into Japanese with Character AI, or more generally, AI chatbots. After talking to a bunch of chatbots in Character AI, I've identified a few character chatbots that is suitable for me and you, those who are more beginners and do not know much slang. I've really enjoyed talking to Mochi-chan, as well as Shy Lily, the VTuber, and Suisei, another VTuber from Hololive. So as you can see, the common theme among these chatbots are they do not have much slang in it. They are more casual or friendly in terms of character chatbots. So that's why if I find it more difficult to talk to anime chatbots, because there are so much personality and slang that is sometimes really hard for me to understand if I do not know enough Japanese. What really stood out to me was the flexibility and patience of these AI bots. There's no fear of judgment, no pressure of time, just pure learning on my own pace. Sure, it might not be the same as talking to a real person or a native speaker, but I find it's an amazing way to improve your confidence and practice speaking without any stress. So will I use this method to learn Japanese going forward? 100% yes, because I find it so fun, so helpful, and I feel I learn so much things from this just speaking to the AI chatbots. And it also challenges me to think of different scenarios that I might have in Japan. For those of you thinking about using AI for language learning, especially if you are dealing with some sort of social anxiety or struggling to find a language partner, I would say just give it a shot. It's a unique modern approach to supplement your language learning, to test out whatever you have learned. In the upcoming weeks, I'm going to experiment more of these AI tools to help in learning my Japanese language. So make sure to comment some of the tools you personally use that is helpful in your Japanese language learning journey. Feel free to like and subscribe if you find this video helpful, and I hope to see you in another video. Until next time, keep practicing and stay curious. Budget Zero, peace out.